Where am I? In the village. What do you want? Information. Whose side are you on? That would be telling. We want information. 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 You won't get it. By hook or by crook, we will. Who are you? The new number 2. Who is number 1? You are number 6. I am not a number. I am a free man.
Was buried with her doll collection.
The children, as she called them.
Somebody dug them up. All 100 of them.
They came back. They didn't stay dead.
She's here.
Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only dolls.
Follow these schools' rules, right?
If it's part of their policy that you have to wear a mask while being in here, then you gotta wear a
Force
mask.
me out.
You're really gonna make me
You're
force you
gonna
out?
make, yes, you're going to
Because at
have
that
to
point-
drag me out.
At that point, you could be
This is
facing,
what you are doing.
at that point, you could be
You are
facing
sowing
additional charges.
discord within our communities at every level. It's disgusting. Do you harass your clients? And when they're at your restaurant to put on masks?
Sir,
Do you harass them?
we're not gonna argue
Do
here.
you?
At this point, you could be facing additional charges of obstruction if you don't.
Of what? I get it. I get it.
So then
I
if you
get
you
it.
at least
I
come with
get
me.
it.
We'll figure it
You're
out
gonna
later.
have to
Okay.
drag me out.
This is absurd. Completely
You know
absurd.
that, right?
All right, sir. We're going.
No, you literally.
This is an embarrassment to our school.
Reed, don't do it, man. It's not worth
Don't,
it.
it ain't worth that, Junior.
Reed, you're fine.
It ain't worth all of that, brother.
Reed.
Reed, don't.
Reed,
Reed,
don't resist. Reed,
don't-
don't resist. Seriously, don't resist, please. Reed.
Come on now.
You will have to tase me in front of all these people.
I really don't want to take.
Don't
I
tase him.
know you
Reed,
do.
don't.
And I want
Then-
these people to video it while their cops of minority descent have to do this to everybody. Constantly putting you people in these
He
positions.
just wants to have a say. in
He
what's
just wants
going
a
on.
say in the shit.
We pay school taxes. Reed, just don't
Just-
resist.
Come on.
We all believe in
It
what
is
you do.
insane.
This is an embarrassment, and you all.
California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom has signed a bill that makes changes to a controversial law. The state law leaves it up to a judge's discretion on whether or not to add individuals to the state's sex offender registry who have committed sodomy with minors. The bill was passed by the Democratic-controlled state legislature on Friday. Jonathan Keller with the California Family Council joins us with more on the legislation and reaction to it. Jonathan, tell us more about this bill so we have a better understanding of it.
Thanks for having me with you today. Yes, this is related to SB 145, that's Senate Bill 145. It was authored by State Senator Scott Wiener from the San Francisco area. He is also the chair of California's LGBT caucus. This bill was actually introduced in 2019, and it passed through the Assembly and the Senate fairly quickly, but then it hit a roadblock in the Assembly Appropriations Committee. In fact, the chairwoman of that committee, Lorena Gonzalez, a strong Democrat but also Catholic and a mother, raised significant concerns about the dangers of lowering any protections on prohibitions between sex between adults and minors. As a result, she was able to actually stop this bill for 13 months. It arrived in her committee July 2019. It was finally forced out of the committee over her strenuous objections in August. And Governor Newsom, as you noted, just actually signed it into law last Friday, September 11th. Essentially, what this bill does is it actually lowers the mandatory requirements that an individual within 10 years of a minor who engages in sexual activity with someone is automatically placed on the state's sex offender registry. Now, already there were, some would call it a loophole, that allowed for judges to have the discretion if it was heterosexual encounters. In this case, as you mentioned, sodomy, oral sex, other types of activities are now subject to that same deference. To put it in plain terms, this means that a 24-year-old who seduces and engages in this type of sexual activity with a 14-year-old would no longer be required to immediately go on the sex offender registry.
I mean, why would they want to do this? I mean, there's Democrats and Republicans speaking out against this. You know, I'm trying to find some sort of why behind, why would any legislator want to do this?
Well, unfortunately, I think all of us in our lives have people who are members of the LGBT community that we're friends with. I think many of them would actually raise significant concerns about this bill as well. But unfortunately, I think in the state of California, the LGBT caucus is even out of step with most of the LGBT community. The way this bill was sold at every step along the way was equality. It was removing discrimination from LGBT young people, when in reality, I'm sorry, I don't care whether it is heterosexual, homosexual, binary, bisexual. I don't think that any 24-year-old should ever be having sexual interaction with a 14-year-old. That's just wrong.
Or a 15-year-old.
And it's not just me that says that.
You know,
well, you're right.
Anyway,
It's not just me that says that either. Again, Lorena Gonzalez, the chair of the Appropriations Committee, a strong Democrat, a pro-union, pro-LGBT Democrat. To quote her in her floor statement, she said, "Any sex is sex. I don't care who it is between or what the sex act is. Give me a situation where a 24-year-old had sex with a 14-year-old, any kind of sex, and it wasn't predatory. I have yet to see it."
Wow. Wow. Great quote. Well, what is your group and other pro-family groups doing to fight for children in this case?
Well, our website, californiafamily.org, has a lot of resources and information about this bill. We were strongly urging the governor to veto it. Frankly, we were a little shocked and disappointed, even in the state of California, that Governor Newsom was so quick to sign this bill, especially because it passed literally by one single vote in the assembly. The bare minimum, 41 votes out of 80 votes. Even a large number of Democrats refused to put their name behind this legislation. So this is probably going to be a good opportunity for Californians to educate themselves on who voted for this bill, so that when they go to the polls in November, they can stand with people who actually support their values instead of those of the radical LGBT caucus here in California.
Absolutely. Jonathan Keller, thanks for breaking down a difficult subject for us today. We appreciate it. And thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Sealed off. Roadblocks on every highway. Tim Mitchell tried to run one. They shot him dead. His entire family. David, this here might be your only chance. Don't lose it running off on some fool's errand. Judy's a fool's errand. You know what I'm saying? Tell you what, Kev. Don't ask me why I can't leave without my wife. I won't ask you why you can.
Sí, sí, claro. All right. This is good. This is good. Okay, come on. All right. Careful.
Yeah, wait. I don't know how long we will be.
What's going on? Hey. Whoa, hey, what's all this?
We don't get Griselda to the surgeon, she's gonna lose a foot. You're in the way.
All right, okay.
All right, step.
Sir, I'll need you to wait.
No, it's okay. That's his wife.
I have two names.
Griselda Salazar, Daniel Salazar.
No, not you. Nicholas Clark.
What?
Come on, man. Free medical care of the U.S. military.
Martin. That's a mistake. No, that's a mistake. Nick, wait, No.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Nick.
Stand up.
Nick. Come on. No, he's not sick.
Calm down, man.
Griselda, no te apures, ¿ok? Todo va a estar bien.
Easy. Take it easy. What are you doing? Take it easy, man. It's a kid. It's an old man and a kid. What are you doing? This is our home.
Hey, I didn't do anything, man. I didn't do anything.
Get him in.
Let Nick stay. He's not a risk. I'll look after him, please. You said you wanted to help. Yeah, I do, yes, but this... Then get in the truck. We could use you in the hospital.
He knows me. Please, just let me talk to Moyers.
Doesn't matter.
Would you just let me talk to Moyers?
Safe here for now. But Griselda, the others, they need you. I need you. You coming? Liza.
The United Nations is a complex body of networking hundreds and hundreds of New Age groups, political activists that want to bring in merging of religion. And we're warned in the Bible, our spiritual ideas have to merge to lift up this person who's going to get mankind to believe that he is the Christ.
Hydras and the Titans, black plagues, bite like sharks, take the bait. Snake by the neck, stake straight through the heart. Avoid the mark, poisonous infect. Ready to transmit, inject willing subjects. Disinformation, fall of applause. Got them locked up across the globe, calling the shots. Politicians, empirical thoughts, guerrillas march. It's a cold calculation, showing the claws, puppet masters, making you wrong, keeping you numb and afraid, taking your freedoms away, playing the same game, raising you from cradle to grave. Create a nameless, faceless mass, assimilate. It's the fate of our nation. Decade away, another faded page of the past, taking to shape another great falling kingdom. Laid to waste, laying the blame on the sins of man. Carry the shame, turn our backs on the Creator, praising ourselves instead of Him. Accelerating chain reactions, a separation from the truth and faith, created war and pain. Vain digging the grave, rate of delusion. Memories wane, hard to maintain, it's so confusing. Paving our way to Judgment Day and revelation. Wrath of the King, but also grace and salvation for those who believe.
The United Nations is part of that conditioning process. The whole point of unifying spiritually is to globalize this sort of one world religion, to have the idea that through a like-minded mind consciousness, mankind can evolve to God consciousness.
Mayhem, destruction, Gog and Magog of nations, Nimrod affliction, son of perdition, reflections, nesting Masonic liaisons, brazen, bold-faced Apollons, and infiltration, wages of war, demonic soldiers, drafted and trained against God's kingdom, a core confusion, silent attack, use evolution, destroy creation, annihilate, eliminate Judeo-Christian tradition, foundations, connections to the true God of wisdom, manipulate through education and imitate science, filter the brains, invade the system, campaign agendas, listeners lost, images graven, engraved inside malign invasions, affiliated divisions, fulfill prophetic sessions, unveiling hearts beating with sounds of revelation, fully prepared with the foundation, ready for anything, post, mid, or pre-tribulation, building our shields and swords, creating plows for fields, we stand for peace, the stages set no hesitation, instantly stand the curtain raises, face to face with that excuse, the pipers pay the fire blazes, rally the troops from far off places, gather at the valley of truth and hear the shouting of our praises.
Major driving force behind the idea